Yeah, mainly been working on the ambiences for Homestead. I've been spending quite some time with the sandstorm itself. You know, like we would have different wind intensity changing according to how close or far you are from the sandstorm. And sound design is all like designing thing. It's not like, oh, you know, I need the sound of a real sandstorm to actually have the sound of a sandstorm. It's not. It doesn't really work that way. It's more like breaking down all the element that a sandstorm can bring. So you go from wind, and then you can record just like sand debris. So you can record just like, you know, debris of metallic debris and things like that. And that's when you combine all those layers together. That's when you get the overall really sandstorm, and, you know, metal shaking, all those kind of stuff. But not like, I would not recommend anyone to just go on a sandstorm and record it really. So this one is the sound of the debris, like metal debris. It's quite loud, but we're not gonna hear it now because the wind is not strong enough really. We can bring the level of the wind higher so that these sounds in particular will start resonating as well. And I'm just gonna do it through here. And again, if I bring the volume down for the wind, things will get more subtle. It's the way we wanted to work it basically. So we want to populate the entire map, the entire area with as many, let's call it silent sounds as we can, and that we will let the wind just basically automate all of that really. So we will let the wind or any other natural elements really to basically have it, you know, to drive the audio itself. The most difficult part would be to actually procedurally generate sound in a way that it fits with the level. We can't not just manually put things on a level, otherwise we'll have to manually cover each planet, and that won't be possible really. Since the scale is so huge, we need to address things in a way that is as more dynamic as possible really, and that's what the real challenge is. If we jump back here on the javelin, you can see that there are tones and tones of just like audio trigger spots, which most of them will not make any sound until there will be some wind elements. Those audio trigger spots are not making any sounds at the moment, but as I bring the sandstorm closer, we'll start get some more wind. There you go. So the sensor is a bit far away, it's not that close, so the wind is not that strong really. But we are starting to get some of the elements already here, some of those debris. We can hear some rattling here as well, which is not too crazy. I mean, the sandstorm is still far away. But as we approach as the sandstorm gets closer, that's when we got more of those elements really coming up to life and being really, really loud in this place. So you can hear like how the old ship itself is rattling, and you get all those sand debris. And as I bring the sandstorm far away from it, basically we get more of just the debris sounds and less of the rattling really. And that's really what we aim for with this, is that so that we can just populate the entire area with all those silent audio trigger spots, and then just make them really resonate, make them, you know, bring them to life with the wind elements. And this system can pretty much work with many other solutions. It's not, you know, it can be not just for the wind, not just for the sandstorm, but we can just like have entire buildings of rattling or resonate as for example, as a thruster, as a spaceship will fly by really. So we can meter the thrusters of the spaceships, and that will drive and make that drive the sounds of specific objects in the game. There's so much sound design to do for this game. It's like from the most sci-fi, weird sounding spaceship to the most common, I don't know, like wind sounds, or like just like recording general ambiances. So it's a project that is so big that basically allows us to just like to play with all type of sounds really, to just like, it never gets boring.